channel, and more importantly, happy 2018. Obviously it's that time of year where you want to start setting some resolutions. My resolution this year, I have got more than one, but this is one of the main ones, is that I do need to lose a little bit of weight. Now I know some of you are probably thinking, and you've not probably seen me, the whole of me, but I have in the last 2-3 years put on about 1.5 stone. I carry it well because I'm 5'10", but obviously it is that excess weight that I don't really want to keep, if you know what I mean. So I decided to join Slimming World. I went along to my local classes. It's actually one of the groups that's on my way home from work. So, and it's about it's at 5 o'clock in the evening. So I went on Thursday. It's Friday night right now. So it was last night, and I decided to obviously join. I have been a member before, and I did really well, but obviously since turning vegetarian I stopped. But let me just tell you the tale. I did stop originally because we had a poorly dog, and I ended up stopped going to class because as soon as I got home from work I had to look after our dog, and obviously with Sam's shifts it meant that he wasn't left on his own too long. Obviously I am now a vegetarian, so I wanted to see if I could do this plan being a vegetarian instead of a meat eater. So I obviously went last night, I got weighed. Quite happy to share my results with you. Yeah, I am, and I'll put it on the screen here. I'm 11 stone, 12.5 pounds. It's probably the heaviest that I've been in a long time. Not that I remember weighing myself when I was younger. There was a time when I did get a little bit overweight, but obviously I didn't weigh myself, so I'm not sure what I weighed back then, but this is the heaviest that I've been. I also do like one dance class a week that I've been doing for 5 months now. That's a pole dance class. It's a lot of strength training. It's not that much cardio, and I do think I need to up the cardio game basically. So I did start this week the Wonder Core program that me and Sam bought a few months ago. It's been day one of Slimming World, and I haven't done that great, to be fair, because I'm not organised right now. So we get, I don't know whether you've seen one of my previous hauls, we used to get Hello Fresh. We also get Gusto now as well, and as much as we get the vegetarian options, a lot of the choices are like, do have like a lot of cheese and cream and whatnot in them, so they're probably going to be quite high on the sin value. And if anybody's new to Slimming World, the basic rules are that you choose a healthy option A and a healthy option B every day. Yeah, so your A choices are generally sort of like your dairy kind of choices. So this is the page for the A choices. So you've got things like your milk. I mean, I don't drink milk. I have coconut milk. But I have looked it up on the app, and you can actually substitute that as one of your choice A, and then you don't have to sin that then. So you pick one food off your A list, which is here. It's your A list, and then you pick one food from your B list. So that's basically there's a lot of cereals on there. Basically it's to make sure that you get enough like fibrous content. So it's like, oh, like wholemeal bread or anything like that. There's quite a lot of choice on there. There's bread on there, cereals on there. There is crisp bread, cereal bars, dried fruit, canned fruit, cooked fruit. And yeah, you can have like soups as well as one of your healthy option B's, nuts and seeds as one of your healthy option B choice. And then obviously you have sins, so you get between 5 and 15 a day, and it's basically your treat food. So obviously if I was to have like a Walker's French fries packet of crisps, I think they're 4 sins, where the normal Walkers are like 6 sins. So that would take out of my 15 allowance those sins, so you are allowed treats. Now the rest of the food, which is your free food, you try and fill up on. So it's basically all your fruit and vegetables, as much of that as you want, like your rice, pasta and all that is completely free, and you can eat as much as you want. But obviously you have to weigh out your cheeses, and you know, especially for your healthy option A and your healthy option B, because it specifically tells you how much you're allowed for that allowance. So obviously if you're having like porridge for instance, it will tell you what your grammage of porridge you can use for your B choice. And how much of the milk, if you're going to have that as part of your A and B choice, how much milk allowance you can have. Any other milk that you have in the day, including in your tea and coffee, you do have to count as a sin, which you can count as maybe, if you're only having a dash of milk, maybe it's half a sin, so you have to take that off your sin allowance. The rest you need to just make up of your free foods. So basically today, not being organised, obviously I only got back from class last night, I'm not organised, we had risotto last night, which was a creamy risotto as well, which had clotted cream in it, and I really don't know how many sins that's going to be, but it's going to be huge. So I thought, okay, I'll try and start today. Now I didn't have anything for lunch, so I had to go to the shop. So I was really good this morning, had my porridge, weighed out nicely, 40 grams I think it was, unflavoured as well, don't forget about the flavouring. Yeah, so 40 grams of porridge, and obviously my cocoa milk, which I think I'm allowed more because it's not official milk. But yeah, I had about 250 mils, 200 to 250 mils of my coconut milk, so I've classed that as my healthy option A and B, so that one's done with. So any other food needs to be kind of free food if I can, and then if I'm going to have anything naughty or any like cheeses or even nuts or anything like that, whatever, it needs to be sinned, and you need to look that up. Now I didn't have anything for lunch, so off I went to the co-op, and I thought, oh, I'm being healthy, picking up carrots and hummus. Got back, and I also picked up a little 400 gram, and it's just one serving of the fresh tomato and basil soup. So I thought, oh, I'm being really good, you know. Brought it back, warmed it up, actually looked it up on the app, and the soup was actually 8.5 sins, and it's only when I looked at the ingredients that it had wine in it. So if you like a little bit of a tipple, then you need to count those sins. So it had red wine in there, which I know is really high sinnage. It had sugar in there. Again, you have to sin sugar. You have to sin ketchup as well, by the way, because that's got sugar in it. Yeah, so sugar, I had to sin that, and it had a couple of other things in, like oils and things. So it brought up the sin value to 8.5 when I looked it up. Now the carrots are completely free because they're a vegetable, but the hummus, even if it was low fat hummus, was 4 sins. All in all, I've had 12.5 sins just on my lunch. So that meant I didn't really have much sins left. So I also bought some hi-fi bars, which are the Slimming World type of bars that are only 3 sins each from Slimming World, and I had one of those. So they were 3 sins, so again, I'm way up. So what's that now? 8, 12.5. So I'm at 15.5 right now. And so I'm over my 15 already, so I really need to get organised today. I came home and I did have a Slimming World microwave meal. At the moment I'm only maybe half a sin over, and you know, so I hope that's not too detrimental for next week on the weigh-in day, which is Thursday. But obviously I hope I don't get peckish again later either. So yeah, so that's what it is at the moment. So if you've got any questions about Slimming World, then you can drop me a little note below. That's everything from me today. If you really like the content, please give it a big thumbs up, and obviously you can subscribe on the link below. So thanks for everyone for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye.